Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Orri with the Scarlet Empire, bringing you another Star Citizen video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Constellation Andromeda. It's sort of the mid-level of the variants, the lowest being the Taurus, which is mainly just a freighter, for cargo. This is sort of a multi-purpose ship, has a lot more weapons, about 800 freight units less than the Taurus, but I mean still can haul 1100 freight units, which, is quite a bit. I mean, I think it's like 4 times more than Freelancer Max. I mean, unfortunately, it'll only be able to fit through the larger jump points. From what we found out, there's going to be different size jump points. The Freelancers being able to fit through the smaller ones, as where, the Constellations will have to take a longer route through the larger jump points. Like I said, it has more weapons than the Taurus, has less than the Phoenix, which is, the premier version of the Constellation. Similar specs to the Aquila, which is the exploration variant, except, the Aquila's has better radar, fuel, extra fuel, stuff like that. Anyways, the Constellation Andromeda comes equipped with 4 size 3 gimbaled M5 lasers, where you see those little round pieces on the engine there. I'm pretty sure that's where they're going to be mounted, 1 on each engine. They have 2 size 4 turrets with 2 CF-337 Rhinos on them. There's a turret on the bottom that isn't in there yet, like they haven't added it. There is one on the top though. The one on the top's actually shielded inside the ship and like opens up. It's pretty cool looking. I'll show you in a little bit. It comes with a size 5 shield, but it can be upgraded to a size 6 shield max. Now this thing holds some missiles. It's like, it holds 28 size 1 missiles and 20 size 2 missiles, for a total of 48 missiles. So this thing is going to be, pretty crazy. You're going to have 2 man turrets, one above and below. You're going to have 4 lasers controlled by the pilot and missiles. And here's the best part. It also comes with its own fighter, the P-52 Merlin. It's more of like a snub fighter. It's a really short range fighter, but I mean, being able to launch your own personal fighter for defense is going to be really awesome. It has a max crew of 4, so I mean, like, having your pilot, your 2 man turrets, and then having your own, fighter pilot flying around with you is pretty awesome. I imagine this being used, mostly, like, as the Andromeda itself being used mostly for freight, which is what I would do. But having the protection of all the arms, and I mean having your own fighter, it's not like the Taurus where you most likely would have to hire, someone to escort you through maybe non-UEE space. But anyways, let's check out the cabin here. You got your co-pilot chairs, and of course the captain's seat. And you have your screen there in front of you. There is one on the floor too. I don't know if that'll like project up or if they'll like form together. You have a pretty good field of view in the cabin. The pilot, or the co-pilots, unfortunately there's like a bar right in their view. Again, their view's a little bit obstructed, but overall you can see pretty well. So you can see the bar I'm talking about there. But yeah, I mean, overall you have pretty good field of vision. There is, oh, oops, went back in the captain's chair. The lower turret obviously isn't ready yet, so anytime if you have the seat open and you try to get into it, it'll put you in there. But you can, you know, raise it up and go to the top turret. And see, that's what I was talking about. Like, it's shielded. It's and it opens up, raises you up, and you have 360-degree movement in this turret with some huge, huge guns. Those are those rhinos. And imagine having that on top, having another one below, having 4 lasers on those engines, and 48 rockets at your disposal, along with a fighter you can launch. I mean, this, you know, obviously it's not going to be very maneuverable, but it is going to be a force to be reckoned with. I mean, I can see this being a pretty formidable ship. I mean, you know, as a pirate, I don't think I would want to take one on. You know, granted, the amount of cargo you could pilfer from it would be pretty high, but, you know, the risk doesn't outweigh the reward. I mean, I can't imagine one Cutlass rolling up on a Constellation and thinking they're going to take it over, you know what I mean? To me, I mean, I think it would take 2 or 3 ships, maybe more. Yeah, there's actually a video that they did at one of the, I think it was either PAX or like Gamescom or something. I'll put a link to the video in the description, where they had 2 Hornets take on like an actual multi-crew, like people playing it, and the ship was able to take out both Hornets. I mean, not without struggle, but they were able to take them out pretty effectively. Anyways, we'll see the rest of the ship here. You got 4 beds. They also act as escape pods. They have the little boosters on the sides there, you can see. And just like the rest, they act kind of like bunk beds, you know. It's pretty cool animation. Ladder comes down. Granted, using these as escape pods would probably be pretty terrifying, because you wouldn't be able to see much unless these screens actually function. I think you can see some kind of like life support on the side there. Unless the screens actually function, I mean, you're kind of just like in a floating coffin almost. You know, hopefully someone can recover you, you know, and not destroy you out there. So anyways, you have 4 of these, you know, for your crew of 4. And it is airlocked too. The cabin has its own life support system in case of depressurization. There's the 2 airlocks. And here is the massive cargo bay. Not as big as the Taurus, but it still holds 1,100 freight units. If you used like some kind of measurement, like say one of these blocks, like yellow blocks or whatever, the Taurus has about 5 more of those, but it sacrifices you know, the space for your fighter. But it does give it 1,900 freight units, I believe. But I love the way this drops down to the ground. It's going to make loading cargo, loading and unloading really easy. You know, there's no ramps to go up. It's pretty much level with the ground. And I love the animation too, like the pistons and everything, or hydraulics, excuse me. So I don't know what these are back here. This looks like there might be a little station, you know, where someone can work that. I don't know if this is going to be like extra storage or something like that. And this is where you're actually going to get into your fighter from. I mean, you can... I can just imagine that, like, scrambling, running back there, hopping in the fighter, launching, and, you know, and fighting whatever whatever is attacking you. I mean, I think that's going to be pretty cool, especially, you know, if you have like a group of friends and you're all manning the ship together. You know, just the thrill of everyone, you know, running to their battle stations and, you know, launching your ship. I think it's going to be really awesome. You know, I'm really excited for the launch of like the persistent universe and being able to actually play with other people. I mean, it's just going to enrich the experience all the more. Here's a good look at it from the outside. There's those 4 large engines and your fighter there. To me, that's probably going to be like the coolest part. I don't know, just the idea of like launching a ship from within a ship. You know, and this is a large ship, but it is like a mid-level freighter, not as big as some of the others, but it's still going to be pretty awesome. And it's definitely one that I think I'm going to probably use with buddies. But anyways, hope you liked this video and look for more in the future. Thanks.